Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's Midweek Magic and this time it's Phantom Golden Seal. So it's basically all rares or mythics. It's and they are giving us 12 boosters of this, but it's 12 boosters of silliness and whatnot. We're gonna have a lot of discussion about making your mana work and all that jazz. But let's be honest, most people open it just to see the cascade go. It's also a shame we don't get to keep any of these, but it's kind of expected. Let's see what we actually can play here. First thing we're gonna do is check our mana base. That is gonna be our ultimate check. So double Day of Judgment looks nice. Oh, Valgabot Slayer can fix. Otherwise, it's Restless Reef under City Sewers. So blue-black, we have some really good fixing for blue-black. Potential red splash. Our multicolored cards. Will's a no-go. Alicia is quite good as for black red. Coma's a pretty solid top end. Helga, when you ever cast a creature spell with mana 4 or greater, draw a card, gain a life, and put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, this one's a bit. But we are getting a lot of. But as far as blue black's concerned, it's really just only the Etrata. Though we'll see if we can make that lineup. And we do have a Lost Jite. We have an Iron Crag. Actually, our equipment suite is quite nice. I would want to run these if I can. But running this and this means that we want to have a lot of low, cheaper creatures. So we're going to be on the lookout for those. That might be an issue. So let's start with our white for now. Case of Uneaten Feast, unplayable. Assemble the players. Super dependent, but we're not gonna get a lot of disguised creatures in rare, so this is also practically unplayable. Double Gia, the Font of Hope, okay, but I don't see any other angels up here, so this might also be a bit of a dud. Ajani is fine. The Oltec Matter Weaver. Whenever you cast a creature, choose one, make a gnome artifact creature token, or create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. This actually is a combo piece. There's another card that exiled a creature and made a token copy of it, so that is kind of what you wanted to do. As it is by itself, this one is value but not quite enough. We have the Double Day of Judgment and the Unstable Glyph Bridge, so we actually have quite a bit of board wipes here if we need to go that far. Raise the Past, not raising the roof anytime soon. Ghostly Dancers is nice, but I don't think we have that many. But we're also going to be missing a lot of enchantments out here. Like, as it is, we're going to be playing a bunch of subpar enchantments to make it work. Salvation Swan is the good one. Bruce Tarl. It's either exile or make a 2/2 Ox. This one's quite solid. But our white is looking a bit underwhelming. I'm really going to be looking at blue-black, but our blue is also in problem. Like, we have to get to Curator of Destinies, and that's our literally only creature. We would have to splash for green, or we have to splash for green for sure and get something else. So we might be in trouble here. We might not have a playable playable pack here. Okay, this one we have some. Okay, we do have a Bloodthirsty Conqueror, so we can run that. Terror Tide, sort of a board wipe. Massacre Girl is a good one here. We will be running black at this. Running black is kind of a guarantee, especially with Liliana. We're gonna hope that the red is good as well, but I'm thinking that's the direction we're gonna go. Yeah, that's the direction we're going. We have a lot of cheaper things at red, so we're gonna run it that way. Also, nice to have a Dracosaur. Once each. Charge Fourier into Warp Space. Okay, that's an interesting one. Also, we could combo this with Bruce Tarl. Like, any card we are not able to cast, we can just cast afterwards. The red-green is starting to look a bit promising as well. Red is definitely in the table. Kona is fine. We're looking at Jund colors at this point. Red, green, black. Probably not going to run Hugs, though. That's a bit too... But we are running Valgavot's Onslaught. This one is always going to be solid. So, let's see. We're going for red, green, black. Izoni's okay. Yeah, solid as well. Vivian is fine. We're gonna run Coma. Unfortunately, we're kind of in the wrong colors for these. Otherwise, I would have loved to run these. I guess we could run. I guess Yaris is fine here as a big beater. I'm not so sure about Hugs just because of the double color. Then for red, we definitely want all our cheap creatures. Not sure on the Electro Duplicate, but also because a lot of our creatures are we've managed to dodge double green here, so we do have a license. We're also running Alessia. We actually have double Alessia? Okay. So the rest is starting to look good. There's an Incinerator of the Guilty. I guess we can run it. So red is going to be our main color. I think we have enough creatures with power 4, so this would be fine. We don't have enough instants or sorceries to clock this, so that's not gonna line up here. And for black, I really want to run these. The issue is that we're gonna also be on double black as well. So maybe what I do is I limit our... I'll run one Terror Tide because it does give us a bit of a board wipe. Abyssal Harvesters never work. We probably want to... We're definitely running the Simulacrum at this point. We have 15 and 4, so I actually can run all these three. Instant or sorcery spell, we're not really casting that, so we're not, well, except for Valgavot's Lair, we're not that incentivized for Sword of Wealth or Power, but it does give us a creature treasure token. I'm more incentivized for Iron Crag and Lost Jite, so we'll run those. Yikes, our curve is so flat, we need to find... Also, we have to run the Valgavot's Lair, that's mana fix. So we need to look for other cheap creatures. Scalding Viper as a 2/1, that's fine. We're not gonna we're gonna ignore the blue here. Because if I can choose not to ignore the blue, I'd be able to run like the Luna, which is not great to begin with. Unfortunately, I could also choose to say cut some of the double red and go for double black, but that's super scary. I think I'll run the one Electro Duplicate just as a curve filler. But our mana is horrible, but it's expected. But that's expected of everyone. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We're really stretching it. There's no other good way to say that. I would really love to be able to have something a more promising mana curve, but sometimes we're just gonna have to run with it and hope our opponent just has that many problems. That also illustrates the issue with Sealed. Like, okay, I guess our opponent had bigger problems. They just conceded right away. I'm on defensive if I wanted to keep this. It's probably a good reason to cut the Electro Duplicate and add an 18 to land. Because our curve is so flat, we can't... We're probably going to run into 4-drops and whatnot. We should go... Yeah, I'm going to cut the Electro Duplicate. I'm going to claim our winnings, but we're going to add another mountain. Yeah, but opponent raised a good point there. You're good. It also illustrates how valuable your land drops are. Like, I cannot run this at all. If we had a lot more playables, if we were able to have a lot of playables in 2 colors, then the Voidstone becomes a pretty good sell. So this one, okay, we have a very playable start. We're gonna see a lot of mulligans here. Opponent concedes. We're gonna see this a lot, and this might end up becoming the rethink of this format. If the data shows that people are just gonna be conceding, if you have as much as an early threat and your opponent doesn't, this might be one of our fastest videos, and I might have to think of something else. Hey, there's the Salvation Swan that we have on our Phantom pool that we're not running. If our opponent did not concede to turn 1 Kellan, they would have conceded to Kellan into the Goblin. We got all our colors. We have the Emergency Valgavot's Onslaught. I'm gonna keep this, but yeah, you're gonna see the problems with having such a high curve. I would definitely want a double black at some point. Though the Manifest Dread actually combos neatly with the Zoni if we can get it that high. Wait, did our opponent just actually... Oh no, they're still mulling. They were taking quite a while to decide, that's okay. They actually have a turn 1 play? This is actually a very good turn 1 play specifically for this format. Okay, we got our double black, so... Our curve is a bit on the flat side, but we'll see if we can hit. Opponent has a Fugitive Codebreaker, so we're going to probably die to that. I could have used either of these. Mossborn Hydra, but they're not going to be... But this is going to grow quite big, so that is an issue here. And also, but also helpful because it does give us the evidence for Izoni. And it's gonna landfall up, but we're gonna be able to hit our Conqueror next turn. Oh, they had a very good mid-range start. They're gonna swing with something. Oh no, they're gonna give that up. Okay. Do I flip this? No, we don't need to flip it. I'm gonna play Bloodthirsty Conqueror here because this gives us a big enough body to block Mossborn Hydra if they play a land. Ashroot Animist. Okay, now we have a few choices here. I can also just play the Dread, because this is about to become an 8/8. Yeah, we're gonna need this. Do I swing with 5? Yes, I do, because it gains us a bit of life back. Ooh, the Fabled Passage is a neat one. So now we're staring it down as 16-16. Okay, we could lose to this one. They're going all in though. 20, so... Okay, so we're blocking everything. Oh, wait. Clearing the board is enough.
I do hope you make this battle exciting.
And we get to draw 2 cards. Now, we could still lose a bit, but now we have.
You've reached an undead
So
end.
now we have outs. Now we can do Incinerator if the Guilty or Alessia. One is conceding there. They could make this into a land, but we will start making zombie tokens and filling. Our opponent probably could have just attacked with the 2020 and. But they gave up their entire board. Now, if my life was less than 20, it would have been all over already, but instead we managed to... Yeah, we managed to have an out there. Predator Ooze. Not the greatest. I wonder if there's going to be a Devotion. If Devotion's going to be relevant in the future to explain the awkward mana cost of that one. In a format where we have stab, we have a lot of -X effects, it's not impressive, even for foundations. So now this one is interesting because Alessia can kind of get it back. It's also a bit awkward for us because. Oh, it's whenever an opponent casts. Okay, so it doesn't affect us. So next turn we just play Alessia. We could also play Flamewake Phoenix, but we're probably gonna Alessia first. We're hoping to hit 5 mana. I guess we can also Screaming Nemesis first. Curve is important. Next turn we have Flamewake Phoenix, our backup. Let's see what if our opponent has a way to trade off. But also of note that they're taking 1 free damage as well. Oh, it's just loot? Okay, that's not free damage. We're not swinging with Scalding Viper. Oh wait, what does Lost Decay do? Yeah, the interesting thing is if they block Screaming Nemesis, that'll be enough to kill loot also, because this is any target. Any other target. So it can't deal it back to it, so... Oh wait, any other target? Oh yeah, it... Okay, it does take out loot. Okay. One probably has a big play at this point.